Friends, today we have an Aston Martin Vantage F1. But is this really a supercar? I'm not sure, but we found out. But before we start, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, check out our other stuff. Let's begin. Now, when we look at the Aston Martin Vantage F1 design, or in general the Vantage from this generation, right, from 2018 to 2023, I don't really know what to say about it, because you know, the proportions are not bad. It is now massive. It's really wide. I owned the previous generation of this car, and this is so much wider. It feels like it's 1.5 times of the old Vantage. But then when we look at it from the front, it looks a little bit like a wall shark. It really doesn't look very, very appealing. It has, of course, it does look mad a little bit, right? But this opening is a little too big, and the front headlights are a little too small, and that's why I didn't catch up, right? Nobody seemed to care about this car. It really didn't catch up, and especially considering this is a supercar, I don't really know whether I like that term. Now, to pop the hood, you have to go to the passenger side here in Europe, because it's a left-hand drive, and kind of get underneath there and then open the hood. Now, the engine is really not bad, because it's the M177 AMG engine, 4-liter, B-turbocharged, hand-built, producing 530 horsepower and 685 Newton meters of torque, able to accelerate the car from 0 to 100 in 3.6 seconds, and tops out at 314 kph. It's a very good engine. I really like this engine, I really do. I'm not really sure if I like it in the Aston Martin, but still, considering they can't build their new engines themselves, of course they have to save some money, I think an AMG V8 was the best decision. It really was. It feels very good to drive, especially considering all the other AMGs are also fantastic to drive. Fuel consumption is also very low, around 8 to 9 liters with this car if you drive it normally, because it has a 8-speed ZF automatic, which is also not bad. But again, is that supercar style? I don't know. Now, have a listen. However, there are some really annoying things on this Aston Martin, especially considering that this car costs $162,000 at the base. We have a bunch of stuff that is not carbon fiber and other stuff that's carbon fiber. I don't know why this made sense to you, Aston Martin, but somehow the front splitter, not carbon fiber. The left and rear mirrors there, carbon fiber. The side splitter, not carbon fiber. The roof is carbon fiber though. And then you come to the spoiler, which is also not carbon fiber. So I'm not really sure what this is about. I don't know the mix about it. I don't know why you didn't just put all carbon fiber parts on. And then this big diffuser here is also not carbon fiber. I really don't know. I like the rear end design. I really like it. I like the taillights. They are beautiful. The exhausts seem to be a little too small. They changed that whole thing with the new Aston Martin Vantage. They're massive. By the way, if you're interested in that video, we have it. Check out the link in the description. And yeah, I can somehow tell why people didn't buy it. Although we have carbon ceramic brakes and the power figures are nice, it just didn't catch up. And it continues in the interior. Let's meet there. Welcome to the interior of the Vantage V8. And I can tell why it didn't catch up even here, because my old Vantage V8, when I started the car up, it said power, beauty and soul, right? Here, where is the beauty? Where is the soul? Too much buttons, not even from Aston Martin. Strangely placed air vents. This navigation system, which is also not from Aston Martin, it does feel misplaced. It really does. This, I have this in a C-Class. This is also the infotainment system from a C-Class. Then when you look at the indicators, old school C-Class, and also the tempo and also the cruise control is from a C-Class. So that is really annoying. And then it is paired with beautiful materials. like Oxford leather and stuff like that. I mean, I don't get it. Now, the leather here is beautiful. Leather on the steering wheel, Alcantara, but the roof liner is not made out of Alcantara. It's just basic stuff. I mean, in my old Vantage, I had a complete roof liner covered in Alcantara. So they made a step back. Then here in the middle, Alcantara, of course, that's nice, not bad, right? The knee protection here, also the door panel is leather, but I can really tell why this car didn't catch up. I really can. It is quite spacious. It is quite nice to drive, but it doesn't feel special and full of beauty and so like the old car. So without further ado, I think we should take it for a drive, because maybe this will help us understand more. All right, let's talk about the Vantage V8 F1 edition and what they have done to it. So first meters, the first impression, very nice car to drive actually. Really good to drive, very comfortable. Although it's much too sporty for a daily driver, it feels pretty good. It has 535 horsepower, which is 25 horsepower more than the previous generation, and 685 newton meters of torque, resulting in an acceleration time from 0 to 100 in 3.6 seconds, which I'm pretty sure I can't do, obviously because the car has rear-wheel drive and it has a ZF automatic. We have stiffer dampers, 20% in the front axle, 30% in the back, stiffer dampers, and they adjusted the camber angle. We have 0.25 degree more of a camber angle in the back and 1 degree more in the front, which results in a, like, imagine this, when you go into a corner, your tires start moving, right? They start moving and you're pretty much in the outside part of the tire when you're going in a corner, right? So let's say left corner, right? So when you tilt it a little bit or change the angle, you have more tire, you have more of a tire space that is connecting to the road, and that's why they made it so it goes faster around corners, right? We have a couple of driving modes, which is also a little bit strange because we only have Sport, we have Sport Plus and Track, so no normal mode here, just those three. And then we have suspension modes the same, Sport, Sport Plus and Track, so no normal mode, no option for you to enjoy the drive, so they mean business. Now on the first meters, does it feel like an incredible sports car? No, it really doesn't. It feels like a sporty coupe, but it doesn't feel like a supercar. It actually feels very nice driving it. It is a little bit stiff, I can tell that. I can tell that the steering wheel is, yeah, pretty direct, but it's nothing like you would expect it to be, right? You would expect a supercar to be a little bit more, I don't know, aggressive. This isn't at all. Now what is nice though is the general feeling and the attention that the car gets. It really is a car that people like to look at. We have a big wing in the back, which gives us 200 kilograms more of aero, but of more downforce, but that's actually it, to be honest, right? I mean, it doesn't feel that special. It really doesn't. The engine is from an AMG. The buttons in here are a lot from an AMG. The whole infotainment system is Mercedes. Even even the indicators are 100% from AMG. So and the worst thing is the cruise control is from Mercedes-Benz, but not from the latest ones. It's from the old Mercedes C-Class. So a little bit strange. Now, car is warmed up. Let's put it into Sport Plus mode. Let's put it into Track mode. Then go here. Also Track mode for the suspension. And let me shift. Manual mode. So for that you can press a button. Where is it? Or just shift here. Yeah, it stayed in manual. That's good. Now, to be honest, I love the AMG engine. I really do love the AMG V8. I think it's a fantastic fit for... What does that cat do, man? I think it's a fantastic fit for this car. I really think it's a great engine for sports cars. I always said that. I always said the AMG engines are fantastic for sports cars, and I really do mean it. It's a great engine for a car like this. It does sound quite nice, to be honest. Now we shall do our first pull, our first acceleration on this road here. Okay, am I going to engage in launch control mode? I don't know. Let's see. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the throttle. Yeah! Now that is very nice. Okay, so now the party begins. Now I can tell that this is a pretty sporty car. Well, I told you that I didn't feel like it was very sporty at first. Obviously, I was in sports mode. But now, going into track mode, boy, oh boy, this has transformed to a very nice driver actually. And it grips very good. We have fantastic tires here. The throttle response is also nice. The Newton meters come in very nice and gentle actually. I really do like how this feels. The shifts of this ZF automatic, it doesn't have a double clutch. It has a ZF automatic, feel also very good. But is it worth the extra bucks, right? I mean, let's face it, this is an AMG GT in some sense, right? But a little bit more stiffer, a little bit more aggressive with the Aston Martin vibes. It gives you a totally different image than an AMG, right? This is more of a Aston Martin image, especially the looks in here. It feels, yeah, much like an AMG GT. But let's stop here. Let's accelerate one more time. Let's let those cars pass, because obviously we want to feel it out. I love the weight distribution on this thing. It really does feel fantastic around corners. We have a perfect 50-50 weight distribution. So let's accelerate here. Bam! Oh, there is a... What the fuck is going on with this bitch? Standing right on the road. Thank God for ceramic brakes. No, in all honesty, I really like the feel of this car. I really do. It does feel very sporty. It doesn't give me hard supercar vibes, but it does feel nice to drive, right? It's not as stiff or as fast as a 911 GT3, but it is, I would say, I would rate it right below it, a little bit below it. It's not the fastest car, but it gives you a very nice feeling. And now that this is a second-hand car you could buy, it really does feel like a good thing to buy for the price. Wow. Let's see how it performs on very sharp corners. Let's go up here. Hey, come on. Okay, now the AMG engine is really a phenomenal choice for this car. It really is. It does everything perfect. Everything. The 530 horsepower are plenty for this car. It doesn't feel slow at all. I think I should go to sports suspension, sports mode, because this is a very bumpy road. But you can even tell here that it does handle those bumps very nicely, and especially the engine is phenomenal for this car. It's really phenomenal to experience. I think we should go into azizdrives mode, right? Let's see how this handles. Carbon ceramic brakes, baby. Very nice, full on the brake. Very good actually. Second gear turnaround. The ESP works fantastic for this car, right? It really does. I mean, rear wheel drive, very powerful. Look at that. Very safe to drive actually. You could give it to your grandma if you want. The ESP is doing an incredible job. Hey man, not gonna lie, I really like how this feels. Very fast, very nice acceleration, beautiful sound. It's a great car. It really is a fantastic car to experience. No need to lie about it. The engine feels mint. The whole overall experience is beautiful. Hey, I like it. I really do like it. Not the fastest car, certainly not the slowest, certainly the best for the price, to be honest, right? It really isn't. A GT3 is still a little bit faster. It costs about the same, but there is a big but. You won't get this mighty experience in the GT3. You won't get this powerful acceleration from low RPMs. This really does feel very good. It really does, especially the cornering. I like the front axle. I like how it behaves. I think it goes very good around corners. Here, especially those narrow corners. Full on the brakes, carbon ceramics, very nice. Oh yeah, it's powerful. It's powerful. Quick S curves, very beautiful to drive. Very, very nice experience. Woo! Oh, this shit gets me going. Ah, nice, nice, really nice, really nice. And very quick shifts. Now this is what I like in a sports car. This is what I would call a perfect sports car. Not a perfect supercar, but a perfect sports car. Very nicely shaped, very nicely designed, very beautiful drive. 50-50 weight distribution, fantastic. Very good job from Aston Martin, to be honest. I really like it. I really do like this car. Yeah, I think we should wrap this thing up. Ooh, although I would love to experience it a little bit more. Very, very nice to drive. Full on the brakes. Pwah! Now this is fantastic. No need to lie. This is very good. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good car. Very good car. Would go as one of the best sports cars to drive, in my opinion. Not the best supercar, but certainly one of the best sports cars. Now, before we stop the review, we have to talk about the conclusion. Is the Aston Martin Vantage a supercar? Hell no. No, no, no. It's not. You can't look at this car as a supercar. It really isn't as special as a supercar should be. Is it a good sports car? Absolutely. It's a fantastic sports car. The only question remains whether you should really take this or an AMG GT. I mean, if you take an AMG GT and tweak it a little bit yourself with a KW suspension or something like that, it will drive similar, but you won't get the perfect 50-50 weight distribution, and also the ZF automatic is a very good buying point. Yeah, I think that sums it up. I'm very curious to find out how the new Aston Martin Vantage drives. I think it's going to be a much better car. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. God bless you, and see you on the next one. Goodbye.